Hello, hello to, I realized I don't have my earbuds. And I don't know where, oh wait, I have them, okay. It's good to be here. Today is day 1. And let's just take a breath for day 1. Take a breath for having said yes to recalibrate, to open up to new experiences of prosperity. So here's what we're going to do today. I'm going to share some Akashic insight right off the bat. We're going to talk about energetic signatures, which is a really juicy awareness to have for yourself, and how this relates to being in prosperity. And then we are going to tune into the issue that you are choosing to work on for these 5 days, an area of your life where you're feeling a lack of prosperity. And we're going to bring this power word of the day of allow into that experience of being in that place of not having prosperity. And then we're going to bring in the energy work. Okay? Sound good? Right on. So I do want to say, first of all, though, that we are in this closed container of this group, the Abundance for All group. And I understand that not everyone is going to be participating as much as others in this program, which is perfectly fine. And you are absolutely welcome to take part in anything that's happening in this group to the degree that feels perfect for you. So catching these every day might be right for you, or maybe getting caught up every couple days or every third day. It doesn't matter. What matters is that you are making use of this content and these offerings that I'm giving to best serve you on your path where you are right now. Okay, so that said, I do want to hold this as a very safe and sacred space so that when any one of us is engaging and posts a comment or about your own experience, that the rest of us can be very honoring and holding confidentiality for the shares that happen here. I know it's not like being in a sacred circle where you're sitting across from each other, but to as much as possible, I would love to hold that intention for us as a group, just to really honor each individual soul who shows up here on the shares that happen as being a sacred space. And so not to share these beyond this group or even with each other in ways that aren't in alignment, right? We're all about alignment here. So you will know what feels good and right for you. But basically, if someone makes a post, we're not going to discuss it with anyone else outside of this group or even with that person. Just allow it to land, hold space for what happens here. And if you want to connect up outside of the group, you can personal message each other and, go from there. And you're always, always, always welcome to message me. If there's a personal share, but you don't feel comfortable about adding it in the comments, that is just fine. We totally respect that. But if you want to be heard, if you want to be listened to, if you just want to be acknowledged in your truth, then please send me a message or reach out to me in another way. And I would be happy to connect and hold that with you and for you. Okay. So we're going to talk about energetic signatures. This is the most significant aspect of our Divine Soul Blueprint, of which I spoke to in my last video, which I think was yesterday. Divine Soul Blueprint is the map that you as a soul have created for you, this incarnational experience. It's like your guidebook. You didn't just drop into this experience without a guidebook, and without external support. Although we often forget, that's part of this earth experience, is that we have this amnesia and we don't remember ourselves as souls. We don't always remember that we have this guidebook. So maybe this is the perfect time for you to be reminded that you have a map. It's like right here within your heart, waiting for you to activate it and wake up to it and dive into it, right? And that's what I do in my Akashic readings. Sometimes it's like this activation of self-remembering. The last thing I want to do in my readings is to tell somebody something about themselves that is not aligning with their inner truth of themselves. It's just a lot of times there's a lot of clutter in the way between our human awareness and our higher self soul awareness. And so that's what I seek to do, is kind of sweep the path and like, here, check this out. And so that each of us can be aligning more and more with this map and this divine soul blueprint that we have. So the energetic signature is a significant part of your divine soul blueprint. And it's essentially the superpower energetic that you have chosen to play with in this lifetime. And what I share in a reading and what I'm going to share with you right now are really the broad brushstrokes of these superpowers. And there's many layers beyond this, and there's lots to play with and for you to discover on your own. And what I offer is this initial entry point. Okay, so there's essentially 8 entry points for your understanding your energetic signature. And these are them. So we have human words attached to all of these, and you might have concepts about all these words. So I'm inviting you to let go of all that conceptual knowledge that you already have about some of these words, because you might make decisions about them that aren't quite in alignment with your Akashic record. So at their base, they're all frequencies. And at the Akashic record level, they're all frequencies. We've just attached our language to the best ability we can to sort of wrap our minds and our human awareness around them. But they're all essentially frequencies. All right, so we have compassion. This is all about nature and nurturing and community. Manifestation. This is about creating in the physical plane. It's very creator type energy. Order is all about finding balance and harmony, art, law, those functional ways of being efficient in the world, and creating beauty. Love. Love is, a lot of healers have the energetic signature of love. It's all about healing with unconditional love. Communication. This is the realm of self-expression and authenticity. Truth. There are those of us on the planet who are here to embody our subjective truth without apology. That's the energetic signature of truth in action. Power. Power is being able to do and be who you are without limitation. So personal freedom is very big for this signature. And then wisdom. Wisdom is the connection with the inherent truth of the wholeness of the universe in the physical world. It's that bigger truth. So all of us have we all have one energetic signature that is really strong for us, and some of us have a secondary that is like an additional energetic signature. So we're all playing, we all play with all of these, but there's one or two that we are here to play with the most, where we're here to learn with the most and here to evolve with the most. And we're here to bring into form, into embodiment, these energetic frequencies. So when we're in a third dimensional reality, we're on the spectrum of polarities, right? We have concepts of right and wrong and good and bad and black and white and male and female, and all these polarities around us all the time. And so that's kind of how we're learning here. We're learning by contrast. So a lot of times when we are seeking to embody our energetic signature, we go from one extreme to the other. We can bounce back and forth. We can experience alignment, and then we can fall out of alignment and learn from that experience. But the more we play with this, the more we get better and better at this embodiment of this signature, the more we find this beautiful middle sweet spot where we're in alignment, we're balanced, we're in harmony. And we notice it because our mind is calm and our emotions are at peace and our body is feeling like, coherent. Everything is in flowing, the energies are flowing, and we're in sync with our higher self-awareness. That's coherence, that's alignment. That's what we're seeking to land in more and more and more. And that's what's allowing us to embody these frequencies into this physical experience more. And that is what allows us to experience prosperity, success, that all the things that we desire in our lives, joy, causeless joy, abundant flows of love and money and contribution in the world, to be of service in ways that really feel good and like, oh yeah, I'm really in my zone, right? That's alignment with your divine soul blueprint. That's why I call these our superpowers. They're our genius, right? These are our areas of genius. So when we are out of alignment and we're not engaging from our our divine soul blueprint, our energetic signature, that's when we're making choices, like we're taking action, but we're not in alignment. That's when we're creating these experiences that are kind of negative experiences. Negative karma gets accrued. And we might find ourselves in those experiences where we're experiencing lack and scarcity and the density. It's when we're in alignment and making choices that we accrue our positive karma, the success, the prosperity, the joy, the balance, the harmony, all that we seek. So a positive choice for someone who has the energetic signature of manifestation is going to look different than someone with the signature of power. So positive and negative choices are going to look different for each one of us. It's all about what alignment is and isn't for that particular signature, which I really love that because it really pulls us out of judging someone else's choice, right? We don't know that person. We don't know their divine soul blueprint. We don't know what they're here to work with and play with and evolve with. Obviously, there's some choices that any human making a choice to take the life of another person, for example, that's going to be a negative choice for every single one of us. But there might be someone who doesn't choose to self-express widely. Maybe they they have a smaller life and they're not writing blogs, they're not writing a book, they're not writing posts, they're not, writing. And that's okay. They're not creating misalignment for themselves if they don't have the energetic signature of communication. Maybe they're here to, express compassion or truth or wisdom. Someone who has the energetic signature of communication, if they're not communicating, self-expressing through the written or the verbal word, then that's going to create a negative karma for themselves. They're going to be out of alignment. So this is how it's a little bit different for each one of us. All right, so what I want to do now is ask you to consider the specific focus that you wanted to work on this next 5 days where you are not experiencing prosperity, maybe not experiencing the income flows that you desire, and maybe there's a limiting belief coming up around that. So one really common limiting belief that I've had around this issue is that I have to work really hard to receive compensation, just compensation. I have to work really hard. I have to get to my end of my week and be like, dang, I worked a lot this week. Now I can deserve to receive that flow of compensation. Now I can deserve to give myself a break. That's a really common one on the planet, right? All of these limiting beliefs around money and prosperity, they're very common, and humans have been playing with these vibrations for a long time, which is how they get stuck in us, Like, I never had somebody say, hey, do you believe this? That you have to work hard to make a lot of money or to be fully compensated? Do you believe that? No one ever asked me that. And yet I believed it. Yeah, there's still a part of me that probably still believes it. I'm feeling it right here at the back of my neck. So we absorb these concepts and these belief systems, these limiting beliefs without conscious awareness, right? Usually when we're children, because we see the adults in our life embodying these beliefs, or we see the media demonstrating these beliefs to us. It's just in the soup that we're breathing, we're just absorbing it energetically. You didn't have to have a parent who was demonstrating this or telling you this. It's just out there, and so we absorb it. And they're not true. They're illusions. That doesn't mean they're not alive for us, right? If there's an energetic charge with that belief or another belief, it's alive for us in our system, and it's our job to go out and clear that. Work with that energy. Discharge it. That's what we're going to do. We're going to discharge these energies. All right, so I want you to think of a limiting belief or a specific situation in your life where you're not experiencing the prosperity you desire. And I'm going to invite you to put a hand on your solar plexus right below your ribs. Let's see if I can, like right here, and then another one on your lower belly. And just, start to breathe in nice and slow, and then exhale nice and slow. Breathe in with the nose. Maybe breathe out with the mouth or out with the nose, whatever you want. Just nice and slow. And as you do that nice, slow inhale and exhale, begin to tune into the energy of that limiting belief or that experience you're having. You don't have to give time to it, and you don't have to be thinking about the story of it. What we want to do is just tune into the energy of it. And that might mean tuning into an emotion around it. And it might mean tuning into a body sensation around it. So open to notice any emotions or any body sensations coming up as you tune in. Yeah. Now, if these are likely dense, right? This is the scarcity and the lack that we're feeling in lieu of the prosperity that we want to feel. So you might have a sensation of constriction, tightness, heat. You might feel an emotion of discouragement or resentment or fear. It could be all kinds of murky density there. And I want to invite you to land on one word. Could be a sensation, it could be an emotion, whichever has the most charge when you ask yourself or when you repeat that word to yourself. Just see what feels more sparks, more charge. And then I want you to assign it a number of intensity from 1 to 10. 10 is like really, really intense. And 1 is you can hardly feel it. And ideally, we're finding something between 6 and 10. If you have something between 6 and 10, then that really gives us something meaty to work with. If it's lower than 5, then it's a little more challenging to notice the shifts. It's still good to work with those, but if you really want to dig into something meaty these next 5 days, choose something that has more of a charge to it. So once you have your number, just remember it in the back of your mind. If you think you'll forget it, you could jot it down. I'll ask you about it by the end of this video. Okay, and then just send some love. Just send some love, because what we want to do is we want to engage this energy with our power word of the day, which is allow. We just want to allow them to be, right? Allow. Just float the energy of allow to that part of your body, to that part of your emotional system that's holding that aspect of you that's holding that. No judgment, no resistance, full allowance. It's okay to be there. It's okay. It's okay to feel this. We're allowed to feel this. that aspect of you is allowed to feel this. Totally, completely allowed to feel this all the way. So nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong. Okay. All right, so now we're going to move some energy. Go ahead and shake that out a little bit. I'm going to stand up. So you have the invitation to stand up if you like. What I'm going to show you today are a couple different energetic resources that you can use in your daily life as needed. They're super simple, but I call them energetic technologies because they work like technologies. They're efficient, they work quickly, they make life better. They're like, they help us move through life more efficiently, emotionally, more present, with more presence. They unlock more spaciousness and presence within us. And they're very unknown to most people. So I'm super excited to share them with you. Some of you might have tried these couple things before. And if that's the case, then just come at it with an open heart, open mind to see what new layer might show up for yourself, right? And if they're brand new, then beautiful. Dive right in. Let's do it. Okay, so we have pressure points, acupressure points all over the body, and they align with our meridian system, which is like the energetic highway or grid system within your body, and they help the energy of the body to flow smoothly. And when we're in alignment, our energies are flowing very smoothly through the meridian system. When we are out of alignment, when our mind is getting stuck on a story, when our emotions are getting just heavy and intense, and when our physical body is feeling sort of discomfort, aches, pains, disease, that means there's some energy that needs some unblocking. Like at the root of all of our dis-ease and challenges physically is energetic flow patterns that have gotten blocked. This is based on Chinese medicine. This is like a tiny little nutshell. There's so much more to it than that. But what we need to know today is that you don't have to wait for an acupuncture appointment. Those are fabulous. Those are wonderful. Go do those. But you don't have to wait to be able to move your own energy through the meridian system. There are a lot of pressure points all over the body that will respond to your tapping. These are like the end points, and they're very responsive. So let's go ahead and start tapping right here, just below your collarbone, just kind of like a little gorilla tapping. I love starting there every morning. Really gets the energy flowing. Okay, so now let's just go down the sides of the body, around the chest, being gentle with your tender spots, any tender areas. You don't need to like pound really hard. Just notice what feels good on your body and adjust to what feels good. So I like to tighten the abs a little bit and go right down the center column of the body. Got all those, where all these major organs are housed. Make sure our energy is flowing well around them. Go down your hips, the backs of your glutes, lower back. Middle back, if you can reach there. Okay, let's do the insides of your left arm. Then flip to do the outside of your arm. Inside of your other arm. The back side. Can't really do this wrong. You could tap your flat palm or kind of a fist. It's all good. All right, then go ahead and give yourself a pat on the back. Tap on your upper back, around your shoulder blades as far as you can reach. Let's go ahead and gently tap the back of your neck, up the back of your head, Oh, that's so nice. Okay, now let's go down and tap the sides of your legs going down, the outsides of your legs, kind of outside. Go ahead and stretch your back while you're down there. And go ahead and tap up the insides of your legs. Beautiful. Okay. So now I want to show you how the tapping points around the upper body. I love to do this, especially if you've been working on a computer a lot, which I do often. So kind of take the pads of your fingers and line them up with the center point of your forehead and just gently pull across your forehead, down over your ears and down your neck. And then find where you left off and go up your head, pull down, and then over your crown, down the back, sides of your neck and shoulders. And just do that all the way around the back of your head. Give yourself a nice sort of rub on the neck. Oh, I see some hearts coming my way. I love that. All right. So next, anytime you move energy, you just want to check in. How do you feel in your body right now? I feel kind of tingly. I feel very much more grounded and centered. How do you feel? Love to know. That was our first energy clearing activity. That's just like to wake up the body, to get you kind of in sync with your energy, to get things flowing within your body. Right? I love to do something like that just about every morning. Or if I just bump up against a challenge in the day, that kind of helps me reset into my flow or my alignment. All right, so next I want to direct our attention specifically to that issue that you chose to work on and the word that you came up with when we tuned into it just a few moments ago. So whatever that word was, you can go ahead and put your hand on your solar plexus and under your ribs and at your belly again, and just tune back into that word, that experience, that sensation. And I want to show you an energy tech that I want you to imagine floating to that area of your body or to that emotion in your body. And it's simply the infinity symbol. So it's like the figure 8 on its side, horizontal. And I want you to imagine an infinity symbol flowing through that area of your body where you're feeling that emotion, that density, that limitation. Okay, so you might have it, like for me, if I'm imagining it through my heart center, I could do it this way. But what I really love to do is to imagine that this infinity symbol is flowing over through my mind, through my brain, down my back, coming to that cross point right at that place that I'm working on, so maybe my heart, and then flowing down the rest of my body and coming back up the back of my body. Does that make sense? So basically I'm making this a vertical infinity symbol, and I'm making that nexus point where the infinity symbol crosses itself to go straight into that place that I'm working. I love all the hearts. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so this is all we're going to do. We're just going to imagine this flow of energy moving through that point where you're feeling density. And you're just going to allow. Allow for that density to be there. And just imagine this flow of energy. And I'm gonna walk you through some colors to infuse into that infinity symbol. So we're going to start with the color white, white energy, just this white light. And you're welcome to keep your eyes closed or close your eyes if that helps. I won't be showing you anything that you need to see. You can just imagine that symbol flowing with this white light. And just have a nice, slow, deep breath. And then we're going to shift the color to violet. And you know what? It doesn't matter if you can visualize violet or not. I should say that. It doesn't matter if you can see it or not. What matters is in your intention. Just intend for the color violet to flow through. And then we're going to go with the color of pink. And now the color of blue. And golden color. And now green. And we're going to end with the color of yellow. And so just notice what you notice. Maybe you're noticing some shifting in that density in that area, or maybe not, and that's okay. Everything is okay. Everything is perfect. All we're doing is noticing what we're noticing. And I want you to find completion with this symbol. If your hands have moved, you're welcome to return them back to your solar plexus and your belly. Take a nice big inhale to fill the belly. And all the way exhale. Go ahead and do that 2 more times for yourself. Nice slow inhale. And release. 1 more. Go ahead and give yourself a little squeeze. Whenever I do energy work for myself, it's just really nice just to rub the goodness of that energy that I'm landed in, up my arms, over my belly, over my chest, over my shoulders, the face. I love to just give a little kiss somewhere on my body, just a little self-love. And then it's the time just to tune in again. And tune into that place in your body where you are feeling that limiting belief or limiting experience, that limiting emotion, and just inquire, how does it feel now? What's happened? What's changed? What am I feeling now? What's alive right now in that place? And just notice again what you notice. You might remember feeling hearts. I'm hoping you feel good. I'm hoping it feels better, that it's feeling good. sometimes you might open things up, and there's more work to do once you get started. And if that's the case, I have something for you. But first of all, let's just assess if there was a shift in that number that you assigned to that sensation or that emotion. Just notice for yourself if that number changed. And we're going for change, right? We're going for shifts. We're going for releasing places that are blocked. So if the shift moved to a lower number, that's the right direction. That's where we want to go, right? And if you're not all the way down to 1 or 0 yet, that's okay. That just means there's a little more to do. And you can keep working with this meditation and this practice to continue to move that energy. Now, if your number shifted up higher towards 10, then I'm just going to ask you to tap on the upper crown, and we're just gonna tap on the upper body points. Here's the one right next to your eye. Here's the one on your temple, under the eye, because we don't want to leave you with emotions and energy pockets just blasted open without taking care of, finding some completion. Okay, so I'm just going to ask you just to tap on these few points and just follow my lead, and we're just going to say, even though I still have this emotion, even though I still have this sensation, and it's still pretty high, I love the work that we've started today. It was good to get started in clearing this. Even though I still have an emotion and an energy that is still active, it's still charged, still needs some attention, I'm grateful for the work we did today. Even though I still have this charge alive in me, and I know that there's more work to do, I'm really grateful to myself for having paused to recognize that this charge is alive in me. And I'm going to come back to it soon. Even though this is still alive for me, I'm going to set it aside for right now, and we're going to come back to it soon. I'm going to come back to it. We're going to keep going. We're going to continue to give attention to this energetic charge and this emotion. And I'm really grateful to myself for the work I got started with. Okay? And so until you feel like you can close that up for now and be okay, like you're not spilling out your, intense emotions everywhere, just keep tapping until you can come to that completion. But I'm hoping that probably wasn't the experience for most of us. That's not so common, especially when we're not diving into big, deep traumas, which I probably should have said that before, but let's not do that here. Let's not do that in this group experience where we're not together one-on-one. I would love holding space for that kind of deep work one-on-one when we're together. But in this group experience, let's stay in areas where we know we're not going to be opening up big trauma pockets. If you happen to get close to one, or you do end up nicking something, just reach out to me. I would love to support you in moving through that. Okay. All right, my loves. That's it for today. Let me know how this lands for you. Let me know if this is beneficial, if this is useful. I would love to know the limiting beliefs or the issue that you're working with. That will really help me guide our practice through these next additional 4 days. And let me know how the energy practices work for you. That we started off really simple with a couple of really simple ones that you can do for yourself any day. These are also super simple to teach to other people. So feel free, share them out in the world. Use this one out in the world. Use this with the people in your family. You don't have to do it with your hand like this. You can do it in your imagination and send it to your loved ones. Send it to your child, send it to your partner, send it to your parent, send it to the person at the gas station that's assisting you. I love to send this far and wide. It can be very powerful, and it feels really good. So I love you. I'm so grateful to be in this space with you, and we'll have more to come tomorrow. Much love. Enjoy.